Hey friends, welcome to No Sleeves Garage. Today we are going to be working on a 1997 Jeep Wrangler. 97 was the first year of the TJ, but if you've watched the introduction video on the TJ, you already know this. So today we're going to attack a pretty common problem. Let's say you want to go out, have fun, do some Jeeping, and you've got to take the doors off. Well, ultimately, the doors can come off, and really, it's a lot of fun when you do. However, one of the things that you run into when you remove the doors if you can remove the doors, there we go. When you remove the doors, is the door mirror is now attached, and you are no longer street legal to be running. So there are some different options out there of things that you can do. They do make a, how do I phrase this? Basically a mirror that slides right into the post. That can work, but it also can be a little bit cumbersome. The other option is to relocate the mirror up onto the windshield. There's a bunch of different companies out there that make a bracket. I found these on Amazon. They're through a company called U-Box. And they advertise that everything that you need comes in the box. Well, honestly, that's a load of crap. But it really wasn't too bad of what it is that you've got to do. So I did do the install on the driver's side already. As you can see, it mounts right there to this factory windshield bracket. Your mirror will connect using new hardware that they do provide for you, and that allows your door to run free. There are going to be a couple of things to look out for, as the tether on these is not super long. Ultimately, you can scratch up the door right in front of the plate there. When you have those brackets in place, a couple of ways to get that resolved. But we're just going to go through and show you how easy it is to pop these things on. So inside the box, you do have your bracket. With the bracket is also a foam backing plate, which does have some double-sided tape to it. So peel your back. Line up the holes, stick it on. It's really just that easy. Now we need to use a T40 Torx to remove these factory screws. So generally something like this I do try and use the impact for. I will say, having done the other side, the impact just doesn't quite have enough juice for it. So we got to do this old-fashioned way. Use our handy dandy gear wrench here. I would always recommend holding on to your original screws there. I've got a toolbox here, so really just keep the toolbox. Here's the part that U-Box doesn't tell you. They don't include replacement bolts for this, or at least they didn't in my box. So that being said, I did run out to the hardware store. This is a 5/16 by 18 course. With the bracket, what I ended up doing was I got two sizes. I got a 1 inch and a 1 1/4 inch, just to make sure that we were able to get threaded very nicely through there. We are just gonna wipe this down really quick. Make sure that we don't have any excess dirt. or anything that might get in your way. Now, I would have loved to have found another T40 Torx. However, my hardware store, I couldn't find one. So, I did get an automotive grade screw or bolt that uses a 3/16 hex. And this is gonna be very critical for the next part that I'm gonna show you. For me, I did line up the upper last thing you want to do is cross thread something like this, so just be careful. All right, so in the upper, I used the 1 1/4, and in the lower, we're gonna use the 1 inch. Couple of reasons. One, there's just a lot of turns here. Two, it is difficult to access. So the nice part is if you don't try and install the new mirror on there, you can actually thread that right through the bottom mirror mount hole. So you see here, we are running into the bottom hole, just getting that nice and tight. Then with our upper, we're just gonna tighten that down as much as we can. Because you put that adhesive backed foam, really, you should be able to get that nice and tight. You'll notice we've got a little gap here in our lower, so we're gonna hit that again. And to be honest, on the last one, what I ended up doing was I used just a 3/16 L. Pop that right in there, and then just grabbed a small set of channel locks in order to tighten that down as much as we can. It's a lot more difficult to do with a camera in my hand, so there we go. Another option that you have, grab a closed-ended wrench and just tighten that bad boy down as much as possible. Main reason why, you really just don't want this thing rattling. You don't want it to be loose. Tight is good. Alrighty. I'd say we're about as tight as we're gonna get her. So now, I'm gonna pop that bad boy out. The factory mirror is mounted using Torx. Imagine that, a Jeep put together with Torx? That never happens. Alrighty, so we have a T25 hand driver. These are literally loose enough on a 30-year-old Jeep that has never had the mirrors replaced, that you can do it all by hand. Now, you'll notice the factory mirror here is massively corroded. It no longer flexes outward anymore. So because of which, we're just gonna replace it. We're gonna put a whole new mirror on there, make life easier for everyone. Honestly, these parts are cheap. So it made more sense to just slap new mirrors on it. Inside the mirror box does come with a new mounting pad and some screws. The screws aren't Torx. The screws aren't even threaded to the same thread pitch of the factory mirror, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't even know why they included them. Thank you, China. But all together, between the relocation brackets and the mirrors, it was less than $80 on Amazon. So really, it's kind of hard to go wrong. And when you're thinking about Jeep, you know, the acronym just empty every pocket, it's kind of nice to not feel as taken advantage of, if you will. But at the same time, if it was something else, you wouldn't really be spending the money in the first place now, would you? So all right. With the mounting bracket, they did give us some new screws. Again, automotive grade stainless steel, come with nuts. So it is a 10 millimeter nut and 5/32 hex. There we go. A little bit of a downside to our inexpensive foreign made mirrors is the casting isn't necessarily the greatest, so I did just have to punch through to get the rest of our screw through. Now it's just tightening down your screws, connecting up or tightening your 10 millimeter nuts, and you are complete. Literally, this side, less than 20 minutes. So really, in the scheme of things, not too bad, pretty easy to do. Alrighty. Does help when you have your tools in the right place for you, ready to go. But all in all, not too bad. Thank you so very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends. Hopefully you like what it is that I'm putting out. We are gonna have a few other little things for Ginger Spice here, our Jeep. And hopefully can keep you entertained. But appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you soon.